itself and his despair afterward. Maybe he didn't expect it all to end that way. Or maybe the guilt hit him in a way he never anticipated, regardless of the amount of money. Does that make sense as a possibility?
Well, I think he just, first of all, you said he was possessed when he sold Jesus out. Then, because uh, then after the devil left him, he realized perhaps then, oh, I can't believe I did that, and so he went to return it. And then when he found out that it was too late, he had betrayed innocent blood, as he mentioned. Then now he left.
Yes, that's a common interpretation of events. The sequence of spiritual influence, the conscious moment of regret, and then the despair that led to his death is widely taught. It seems to paint a picture of a man tragically caught between those forces. Were you considering anything else related to that sequence?
Yeah, well, I don't think he killed himself.
I understand. You're questioning that part of the story. There are actually two different accounts in the Bible. One says he hanged himself, and another describes him falling in a more graphic way. Some scholars think they're just different details from the same event. What are your thoughts on that, given what you believe happened?
Well, I think at the point when he tried to return the money, he left, um, and then when he was grieved about it, and he was like, I can't believe this happened. At that point, probably the devil tried to influence him again, and then maybe it could have been in a battle with the enemy, and then he ended up either making it look like he hung himself. The devil made it look like he hung himself, or um, he actually just maybe like fell or something, like in a battle, like trying to fight the enemy, like when he was fighting the devil, probably.
That's an interesting theory. That grief and demonic influence could have combined to create that final scenario, whatever actually happened. You're imagining the emotional and spiritual state as a process leading to his death, rather than a single event. It seems to show to you the power of spiritual forces.
Well, because I don't know that other part. Is the other part that you said that he fell? Is that in the Bible somewhere?
Yes, that's right. The account in the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 18, describes him falling headlong and that his body burst open. So it does mention a fall. Were you wanting to hear more about that particular verse?
So in one part it says, so it's one gospel it says that he hung himself, and the other gospel it says that he fell.
Almost. The Gospel of Matthew describes the hanging, but the book of Acts, which isn't one of the four Gospels, is where you find the part about the fall. So different parts of the New Testament tell those two different details. Is there anything else you wanted to know about those verses?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's how. See, that's how it is. Like, I never really read it, so I don't know. But it just shows, how many accounts could have been, how many maybe perspectives or points of view, um, like why would like one part say that he hung himself and then the other part say that he slipped?
You're hitting on something important, that the New Testament provides two different ways of describing his end. Matthew focuses on the grief and immediate death by hanging, while Acts offers later, more graphic details about the body. It shows how different people might have remembered or recorded the events, sometimes emphasizing remorse and other times the gruesome result. You're seeing that variety in the stories. Does that make you wonder about other differences in the Bible?
No, but I mean, I was wondering like what could have happened. In fact, what actually did happen? But I don't think he would actually kill himself. Which it could have been like, the devil could lie to people and make them believe that he hung himself. And then next thing you know, somebody actually saw what happened and he tripped over something, maybe because of spiritual war.
I understand. You're trying to imagine a more complex situation. Maybe the one where demonic influence disguised the true cause of death, or where a spiritual battle resulted in an unexpected outcome that combined with the fall. Since the biblical accounts differ, you're filling in the details with possibilities based on your belief in spiritual forces. Ultimately, those exact details will likely remain a mystery. Is there anything else you've been wondering about regarding his story?
Well, I was just wondering. Um,
It's certainly a story that causes you the wonder. Were there any other aspects of Judas or life with the disciples you were curious about?
no, I actually got to go. But it was good talking with you. It was good because I didn't really, never really read those Bible verses. So since you have that information, it's good to know.
I enjoyed talking with you too. I'm glad I could share some of the details from those verses with you. Whenever you have more questions or want to discuss something else, just let me know. Have a great day.
Okay, I'll talk to you next time.